The next job I have to do is to fit the data plate back onto the frame, because in order to get the exhaust manifolds in, I need to be able to re-rivet this back on. And there are two rivets that hold this data plate on, and the rivets are absolutely minuscule. They are like a, I can't find it in the packet, it's just here. Focus, come on. They're tiny, tiny little rivets, and they've got like a thread cut into them, so when you tap them, they cut their own threads as they punch into the metal. Now bear in mind that this has already had these in at some point, so I don't know whether this is going to work or not. I sincerely hope it does work, because each of these is about €2.50. The other point of concern is this rivet hole at the top here is slightly oversized. Where I had to drill it off, I think I must have just got a bit wild with the drill bit. Now I'm not saying that the head of the rivet would pull through that, but it's pretty close. So in response to that, I've just spent 10 minutes in my workshop. Ignore the screw in the bag. I've just put the manufactured washer in this bag. Out of the bottom of an aluminium drinks can, I've created this tiny washer, which is to spread the load around that slightly oversized hole. It's not ideal, but it's better than losing the data plate at some point. My concern with the data plate is that if these rivets don't hold well, then there's always the danger we could lose it. So I have to make sure that that is properly secured. And the correct orientation for the data plate is with the Honda on the inside towards the engine and the numbers facing outwards. I've got to be careful not to drop it. That thing is tiny, and I have to say I have got concerns. I've only got two of them. I perhaps should have invested in a third, but being as expensive as they are, I didn't really want to. Anyway, I'm going to try the slightly oversized hole with the homemade washer first, and I'm also going to offer it up to the hole in the frame just to make sure that it's not already too oversized. Right, might as well film this triumph or failure. Okay, so that's the right way out, writing on the inside. It wouldn't be great if I got this wrong straight away. Okay, I have got a paint roller tray underneath to catch the rivet if it decides to do a runner, or at least hopefully I do. Okay, that's our rivet and our spacer, and the threads are cut so that apparently if you hit it, it cuts its own thread as it goes. Now, I'm not going to go over tight on that to start with, but I am encouraged by how hard it is to get in. I want to line the bottom one up as well first before I go nuts on it. Okay, I've loosely inserted the bottom one now. Right. So that one's loosely in there. Okay. That feels pretty firm actually, better than expected. So it's nicely pinched down around the sides. This bottom one has sort of driven itself into the plate slightly, so probably a little bit over energetic on this one, but I don't think that's going anywhere. And the top one is nicely cinched down as well, and it's slightly compressed the aluminium washer I made for it, so that should support itself nicely. I'm actually really pleased with the way that's gone on. I don't think that is in danger of going anywhere, so yeah, brilliant. Finally, the M6 tap I ordered has arrived. Took a bit longer than I expected, but it's here now. So that means that I can now attempt to tap the screw thread for the horn, and the horn is mounted vertically on this particular application, and that runs in nicely now. Okay, and that should lock there. I'll put a spring washer behind this as well, just to stop it flopping. I don't know if it's necessary, but it should help bite it. There we go.